Another day of unrest in downtown Portland. This time, demonstrators blocked traffic, delayed MAX rides, and took over parts of the Pioneer Square Mall, all to protest what they consider brutal police tactics and a lack of accountability. Welcome to KOIN 6 News at 5:30. I'm Ken Body. We have team coverage of today's protests. We'll hear from Lisa Balick on the traffic impact, but first, Joel Iwanaga, who's been with the protests since they started this afternoon. Joel?
Ken, good evening to you. It was another vocal and an emotionally charged protest here this afternoon. Protesters tell me this issue of police brutality is far from over. Take a look right now. The rally began shortly after 1 o'clock this afternoon. It began with several hundred outside the downtown Federal Building, with protesters blocking the entire street, forcing drivers to take a detour. Now, the march then began winding through the streets of downtown Portland. Now, take a look at this now. Protesters then stormed Pioneer Place Mall, where holiday shoppers were certainly caught off guard. Protesters taking over 3 of 4 floors of the mall, chanting "No justice, no peace." Police and mall security showing tremendous restraint, allowing this spirited group to get their message across. Now, today I asked one of the protest organizers about today's mall disruption.
Intimidation can work in a positive and a negative way. You know, intimidation, we go in there and we start chanting, people want to know what it's about. That people think, you know, we're going to take them seriously, which is something that we really need in this point. We really need people to take us seriously.
And after about 15 minutes inside the mall, several hundred protesters then took over the steps of the Apple store right across the street, again chanting "Hands up, don't shoot," before a moment of silence. Again, a peaceful protest out here. Police on foot and on bicycles staying at least a block away from the march for the most part. As for the traffic situation, this being a weekend, it wasn't as bad as we've seen in previous protests here, but certainly people had to slow down and stop for a couple of minutes to get the protesters through. But again, a very peaceful march. Reporting live here in downtown, I'm Joel Iwanaga, KOIN 6 News. Ken, back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks, Joel. Well, today's protests also affected traffic downtown. Lisa Balick joins us now with how MAX lines and roads are doing right now. Lisa?
Ken, everything is back to normal right now, but I'll tell you, with 19 shopping days left until Christmas, this is not what downtown businesses think will attract shoppers, especially when it comes to the ones driving around. Protesters marched through the downtown streets on the southwest side of town this afternoon, sometimes walking alongside the cars in the roadway. They also slowed down or delayed MAX line routes this afternoon. TriMet noted 15-minute delays between downtown and Gateway at times. We found some drivers who seemed pretty upset with the marchers tying up traffic. Now, even though some protesters were standing in the middle of the street completely blocking traffic along Southwest 3rd in front of the Justice Center behind Central Precinct, the police did not interfere, and drivers, well, they seem to just roll with it.
This is pretty crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah, a lot of commotion going on.
What about driving around?
Driving around, just try to make a left turn, and they wouldn't let me.
I totally support them, and I encourage them to keep doing what they're doing. I'm glad that traffic is being rerouted.
Has it been tough getting around?
Yeah, yes. It has been. We've gotten stuck a few times. Some people honking at us, so.
It's not good.
Yeah?
I mean,
what's it been like driving around?
I just got down here and realized what was down here, so.
You're gonna stay or go?
No, I'm out of here.
Now, Portland police kept tweeting at the protesters' locations as they marched through downtown. They were doing a pretty good job, I admit, as traffic reporters. Now, we did see police in riot gear on side streets nearby, but again, it was a peaceful protest, as Joel mentioned, so we didn't see them come into the street here in front of the Justice Center. They stayed out of sight, but ready in case there was any kind of serious trouble. Reporting for you live in downtown Portland, Lisa Balick, KOIN 6 News.